Hey everyone, it's the Koopa Man. So last week I reviewed A Charlie Brown Christmas, and I said I'd also review the rest of the Christmas specials. Well, there's 5 more we need to cover, so let's jump into this, shall we? She's a good skate, Charlie Brown. While not specifically Christmas or holiday themed, there'd be no other time I'd be able to talk about this one, and it's bundled with the New Year's special usually. The story is far less about Charlie Brown and far more about Peppermint Patty. You remember the girl who invited herself and 2 friends to Thanksgiving at the last minute and then got mad there wasn't enough food. Anyway, she's training to be a figure skater. One of a handful of times we see her get in touch with her feminine side, and we even get to see some of her insecurities about it. Her coach is none other than Snoopy. This guy is a Romanian Olympic coach, and he works her very hard, training beginning at 4:30 a.m., and that leads to her falling asleep during class. Granted, Peppermint Patty has never been the best student, but it's shown that when she puts her mind to something, she will work for it. She asked Marcy to make her a homespun dress for the competition, which comes out about as well as you can imagine. I mean, she did try to warn her she didn't know how to sew. Fortunately, Snoopy is a dog of many talents and fixes the dress for her. The day of the skate arrives, and the competition is fierce, leaving little room for error. It's Peppermint Patty's turn when suddenly the tape deck breaks. Fortunately, Woodstock knows the track by heart and whistles it as she competes and earns the highest score, winning the competition. It just goes to show that hard work does pay off. A sweet and endearing little special if you can find it. Next up, Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. You know how life likes to take a dump on Charlie Brown to the point you wonder if he's mopey-dopey because of life, or that his life sucks because he's so mopey-dopey? Well, this special took away all ambiguity and made it clear that the universe is out for Charlie Brown. Well, Great Pumpkin does too, but anyway, it's Christmas break and everyone's excited for the big New Year's Eve party. Everyone, of course, except for Charlie Brown. Normally this is because he's Charlie Brown, but this time it's because he has a book report due after the break on War and Peace, and only he has to do this assignment. I mean, we've seen in the strips Linus is in the same class as him. We've seen him in this special, and he isn't working on this assignment at all. So only Charlie Brown has been given this homework. More than that, he's like in the 2nd grade. That's a high school grade book. Late middle school at the earliest. What the hell? Who does that? And that's the main crux of the special. All the Peanuts gang want to prepare and celebrate that party, but Charlie Brown has to read a 1,200-page book when no one else has to. And to make matters worse, the little red-haired girl wanted to go to the party with Charlie Brown, but because he's reading the book and outside, she dances with Linus instead. What the hell, Linus? What about the bro code? And to top it all off, he doesn't even get a good grade. He gets a D- for his efforts, and he has to do Crime and Punishment next. Ugh. Well, at least you get the musical chairs song.
Hey, stop for musical chairs. Come on, let's go. Set up the chairs now, all in a row. You run around the chairs till the music stops, and you have to find a seat now. Don't get caught, 'cause when the music You can't be standing there if you want to be a winner at musical chairs. Now we take away a chair while you're running around. Don't let the kid in front of you get you down. Just listen to the rhythm now, don't miss a beat, 'cause you don't want to be the only one without a seat. 'Cause when the music stops, you can't be standing there if you want to be a winner at musical chairs. Now, every time the music stops, you're gonna end up one chair short. And if you're boogalooing when the music's gone, sorry, you gotta move on. Now it's the moment of truth, it's getting down the wire. You're burning up inside with musical fire. You hover around each corner of the precious seat, waiting for the moment you can get off your feet. 'Cause when the music stops, you can't be standing there if you want to be a winner. You got to be a winner if you want to be a winner at musical chairs. Yeah!
You might like this special, I don't. It's way too mean-spirited for no reason at all. Next up, it's Christmas time again, Charlie Brown. This one's just a short little collection of vignettes from the strip itself. It features Charlie Brown selling wreaths door to door, Peppermint Patty doing a book report, thankfully not on War and Peace. Yes, I'm still angry about that. Snoopy ringing the bell for the Salvation Army, and Sally trying to remember her line in the Christmas play, Hark, after which Harold Angel sings.
Excuse me, somebody's at the door. Hi, is Sally home? My name is Harold Angel.
Yeah, I know, I'm being brief, but that's because there's not all that much to talk about. It speaks for itself, and it's actually a pretty good special. It's not better than the original, but it's nowhere near as bad as New Year's. And next up, Charlie Brown's Christmas Tales. Like the last special, this one's another collection of short vignettes featuring Snoopy ringing the bell for the Salvation Army again and trying to make peace with the neighbor's cat. Linus trying to befriend an eccentric girl in his class who he finds fascinating. The whole chemistry between the two of them reminds me of Haruhi Suzumiya and Kion. Lucy just generally being Lucy.
Doesn't? It doesn't? You can't bluff an old theologian. Here it is! I found it! I found the word sister in the Bible. There it is, right there. See? There's the word sister right there in the Bible. So, that proves you have to give me a Christmas present. Oh, good grief.
Sally writing letters to Samantha Claus and falling down a Christmas tree, and Charlie Brown trying to write a letter to the little red hair girl. Like the last one, it's good. Not great. It's mostly harmless. It's usually bundled with the original whenever it's shown on TV. Anyway, that brings us to our one final special, and that is I Want a Dog for Christmas, Charlie Brown. Focusing on Rerun, Linus and Lucy's baby brother, this special begins with him getting suspended from kindergarten for sexual harassment, which has to be seen to be believed.
I'm tired of all this kindergarten stuff. Why don't we run away to Paris? If we got on a plane at midnight, we could be in Paris tomorrow. Do you have any money? I have 50 cents. Maybe we can get upgraded to business class. There's this cute little girl who sits next to me in kindergarten. I told her maybe she and I can go to Paris someday. I don't even know where Paris is. The teacher says that the principal wants to see you. Me? Yes, ma'am. I was told the principal wants to see me. Why me? I'm nobody. I don't even have a dog. Yes, sir, Mr. Principal. Who? The little girl with the braids? Sure. We're in the same kindergarten class. Did I ask her to go to Paris? Well, sure, but that was just a joke. I mean, how? Harassment. Who's there? It's only me. I'm home early. I've been fired. This little girl in my class was sort of depressed. So I said, why don't we run away to Paris? It was a joke. She thought it was funny, so she told her mother, who told the teacher, who told the principal, and I got fired.
Suspended.
I guess so.
Harassment?
Stupidity. Thank goodness Christmas vacation starts tomorrow.
Yeah, Charles Schultz was really taking political correctness to task back then. Of course, now he would have been expelled for assuming the little girl's gender. The whole situation puts him in a slump that he's convinced only a dog can cure. After his mom says no, he decides to hang out with Charlie Brown and Snoopy for a while. Charlie Brown shows him pictures of Snoopy's siblings, including Spike, who upon receiving a letter from Snoopy, decides to come visit and be Rerun's pet for a little while. After a series of gags, Spike eventually has to go home, and after playing with Snoopy, who is incredibly hyperactive, Rerun decides he no longer wants a dog. It's an hour-long special, but not too much happens. It's still very charming and probably one of the better post-60s Christmas specials. Worth a watch. There aren't really any bad Peanuts specials for Christmas time. Well, except for Charlie Brown New Year's. So if you can get any of them on DVD or Apple TV, give them a watch. And with all that, I think that'll be it for this year. Have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. I hope you are reborn as a tree to any atheists out there. And a hippity-hoppity, get off of my property. I'm late for seasonal brumation. Good night, everyone. Game on.